Some of the claw marks here. You can see some claw marks here. Yeah, it's a great spot.
There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know.
Good morning, it's day 105 on the Continental Divide Trail. I am here at the trailhead with my son Jared, and we are going to take off for 102 miles to Old Faithful. So we got 2 days outside the park, and then we've got 2 days inside the park. We got to average about 20 miles per day, but we're trying to have a short day, so we're actually going to try to average somewhere around 23 or 24 miles a day to get the appropriate campsites that are assigned with the Yellowstone permit. So should be a good hike. We're still on the blue line here for a little bit, and then we'll catch up to the red line, and then we'll be all merged together and hiking through the park. Let's get on trail. Well, I didn't do a 0 day in Dubois. I did a Nero day. Ended up getting in town about 5 o'clock and had dinner with my folks. Met up with Jared, of course. He came in just a little bit later and got everything packed. But Dubois is an interesting area. It's at the northern part of the Wind River Range, and it doesn't really have, or never really had a railroad run to it. But it does have a tie to the railroad industry, no pun intended. The Scandinavians moved in with their immigrants, and they were in the logging industry, and they actually cut hundreds of thousands of trees and that were used for railroad ties. And they would actually put those in the river in the spring, and those would float 100 miles down to Riverton. So there is a tie there. There's also Union Pass, which is up near where we hit the trail, and that used to be a German POW camp during World War II. So that was kind of another interesting thing. It's not a big town. The population today is about 900, and there's probably half a dozen restaurants in town. Cowboy Cafe was the bomb. I mean, they had good portions, good prices. They were always full of people. And I'm commenting back on the other day when I was here, and also last night. The town was not incorporated until 1914, and it was actually proposed to be Tibo, was a town name, T-I-B-O. But the locals were pretty mad about it. The governor came in, and Dubois is actually the first senator of Idaho, and that was a good friend of the governor here in Wyoming. And there actually is a Dubois, Idaho as well. That's right along the I-15 corridor. But the locals were so mad about it, they didn't want to pronounce the name correctly, so that's how it got. It is a French name, but it is pronounced Dubois, and that was out of retaliation for the governor selecting the name over Thibault. So anyway, neat little town. It's a resupply point after possibly 7 days from Lander or 3 days from Pinedale. And it's a cool little spot. The town is kind of strung out quite a bit over maybe 3 miles or so, which doesn't make it super friendly for the hikers, because you don't want to, it's hard to get a hitch for just a couple miles. But anyway, it is a popular CDT spot. So there's your summary of Dubois. Now that looks like kind of a fun place to come and stay for a couple days.
Come over here. So this is something that's fun to find. So it's not always the case, but I think that is the case here, that this is a bear, probably a black bear, that's peeled the bark off of this tree to get to what's underneath there. I believe that's the cambium. A lot of nutrients there. They'll do that in the spring. And you can actually see some of the claw marks here. You can see some claw marks here. And you can see how they just really peel these things back and get after all that. And so they love doing that every spring.
And they're eating that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's pretty common with the females with the cubs. Yeah.
It's a great spot. Okay, let's go ahead and close out day 106. So Jared and I started our direction towards the park and had a good hike today. We ended up with about 23 miles exactly and somewhere just shy of 4,000 vertical feet. So it was a good day. All the equipment held up. The path was easy to follow. Pretty low elevation day for considering the distance, but it positions us well because our plan is to do at least 23 each day until we get to the park, and then in the park we have 23 miles between our campgrounds that we have reserved through recreation.gov. So we didn't see a lot of game today, but we did see some pretty cool features along the trail that we showed you. But all in all, a good day. Jared and I had a great time just blabbing all the way through and talking, and so it was a really good day. Got in some good scenery there. Got a few big views. Lots of water coming through this area. There is some old burn area that we think is probably 10 to 15 years old, but starting to come back good. We did see some bear tracks early in the morning, and we saw some wolf tracks this evening, and so they're definitely in here. We're hoping to hear wolves howl tonight, maybe, so who knows. We'll see. The moon will be out, so maybe they'll do that. It won't quite be a full moon, but nevertheless, we'll see. Anyway, I think that's about all I got, and we will see you in the morning.